Hello everyone, Librada, a Librada Studio, and tonight I want to continue and with these analogies of Mother Nature and what it has for us and the messages that I am gathering from it. So I will wait a little bit to see who connects, but I want to ask you how you guys doing. I'm doing well. I hope that you're doing as good. And but I felt that there is a very good take on these analogies, and I figured I do another one for you. So tonight I have an spiral light. So first I'm going to tell you what it is, what an spiral light is, and then I will tell you how I relate this to the current situations that we are having. This is an spiral light. As you can see, the crystals are very beautiful. This video will never do any justice to it, but it certainly is something that you want to see. I have 3 of them right over here, each one totally unique. You will not find 2 that are exactly like the other, which is fantastic, and it tells us a little bit of what this is all about. First of all, a spiral light is a fossil. Is the fusion between the mineral world and the organic world coming together to make a beautiful piece. So it takes 100 years, is calculated, in Mother Nature to create this beauty. It is mined in India, in a place that once was an under sea. I believe the name is Tethys. I'm not sure on the pronunciation, so forgive me. And so it is in like an uphill, and then is chiseled out of a wall, one by hand. So it has like a super wow way of coming up. So that is what spiral light is. It's a formation of a whole bunch of crystals that together they make something beautiful. Now, my interpretation of this has always been that a spiral light, being that an organism lives inside of it for a long time, inside the shell, it outgrows it. The shell ends up being too small for it, so it goes out. And with life, there is a lot of situations that we have, and a lot of things that we need to go to the next level, get out of our comfort zone a lot of time. And that is like what we are to do in situations that are not always what we plan for, but it's exactly where we need to be at, out of our comfort zone. So when it comes to the situation that is happening right now, first of all, there is one thing that spiral light tells us: time. It takes 100 years for this beauty to be formed, for you to appreciate it. So it will take us time to appreciate what we're going through, that discomfort that we're feeling right now, to emerge. and to be something, to be out of that comfort zone that perhaps many of us have been for way too long. Or maybe situation that we haven't realized that it was time. Or we have felt it, but we didn't take the actions to move out of it. So time is one of the things that Spiritualite are telling us. Give it time, give yourself time to feel what you're feeling. Do not deny things. Denial, it never solves things. You have to feel it, acknowledge it, and then move on. And so the fusion of the organic world and the mineral world tell us that things will come together. They will come together to make something that seems so hard and awful. In the future, it might be something that you will say, well, I am so glad these things happen. And that will be the beauty that will be left behind. That animal that left that shell is never going to be the same. But it can look back and always remember what it learned. It also can remember how they handle everything. For example, if you are right now feeling like you're at home, you're stuck, if you change your mind frame and you say, my home is the place where I feel safe, then where I'm safe, you will be more likely to take this in a whole different way. You will be more creating those crystals. You know how Mother Nature creates that little tiny crystal that shimmers in this spectacular art of Mother Nature? Those are the crystals, are the things that we're doing to take care of ourselves, to make sure that we keep on top of the situation, that when we have children at home, that we be a little bit more patient with them. They're going through this and sometimes they just don't understand the full thing. So they're likely to be having even a harder time than us, because we as adults can understand, but them as children are not. Some of them are very smart, I do realize, but they don't have the maturity to understand. So my call is with this crystal, what is this crystal formation doing? Making it beautiful. It is whenever you are practicing that patience with that child, when you are making the activities, if you have elderly people in your home and they don't understand that they cannot go outside, you're telling them this is for your good. So those are the little crystals that are gonna shine long after this whole situation is gone. And perhaps you will be like, all of a sudden you have a game night that you didn't used to have before. Those are the crystals they're forming right now. You are forming things, you are doing things that perhaps were not the norm in your home. And you are creating right now something that is beautiful. And you might not see it as beautiful right now, but eventually, what are you leaving behind? And what are you outgrowing is one thing. It's good. But what are your prints? What are the prints that you are leaving behind in those young minds or in whoever is around you when times are going to be better? And they will be, because we'll be in the other side. Is making all those things where maybe in a farther future, you will be like, oh, I remember when we had that time. It was so hard, but at the same time, I remember that I was making sure I was having those time with my son, my daughter, my friends. I remember when I made sure that I reached the phone and I talked to that person. Those are the formation. Those are the little crystals that are going to shine when you're in the future. And you will be in the future, because this is not going to last forever, okay? We have great science in our country and all over the world. We have great people working on taking care of the situation, and that's what we need to look at right now. So that's the second thing that a spotlight does. The other thing is the meaning that is highly interesting. The spotlight has a left spiral, and the meaning of it is that we're receiving from above whatever it is we need. It's coming from up to man, where a right spiral is when we are trying to go up. But in this situation, what is it that we need to know? What are the messages that are being sent to us? So that left spiral is what is telling you that something above is in control. And what you have to do right now is just go in and just receive what this message is. For you, perhaps you were having a friendship that wasn't good for you. So maybe this message is that you need to just let go, that you are surviving these days without those people. Maybe you're having a job that in reality didn't make you happy, and then now you are like, well, I can actually do this without it. Were you thinking of having a business, but for the longest time you just kept it a side thing, and now you find yourself over here and you're like, well, I think that I don't really need that other job and I can do this. So it's a lot of meaning in all of this. And I don't want to make it too where you're not feeling what you're feeling. That's not my intention at all. What I want to tell you is to pay attention to what the higher is telling you, is to pay attention what's within what you're feeling. Look for the good things that this situation is bringing, because even those people who might not be having it very well can figure out one little thing that is good. Nothing is totally wrong and nothing is totally bad. So that is the third thing. Now, this paralyzed meaning is about transformation. It's about keeping concentrated in what's important. So, and that's what we need to do right now. What is important? It's important that we take care of ourselves. It's important that we listen to the message. It's important that we let go of those things that we think we cannot live without, but we can perfectly go on in life without it. And that is what this paralyze is pretty much telling us. I'm fascinated by the stones, the crystals, and I hope that I can transmit that to you, and that you, when you are acquiring these pieces, that you see them from something way, way more than what it is.